Hey everybody, I'm going to try to get on EchoLink tonight because I finally have my own Raspberry Pi. It's right here. It's like a little, you see the small antenna on the back over there? That's my Raspberry Pi computer running AllStar node and EchoLink. I guess if you're in my yard, you can connect to the AllStar node. But EchoLink, you should be able to go and check in on the EchoLink there. So I'm just going to try to send a message here and see. So I'm going to go on now and see if anybody's out there. This is Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victory VA3 EWV via EchoLink AllStar node. Anybody on the node? On the nodes, please come back. So I don't know how you talk on that because it's not like it's DMR or
Alpha 1 Sierra India Whiskey.
Oh, got somebody on there. Newbie mistake on my part. I have two VFOs. I just learned what that was about a month or so ago. But I had the volume down on the wrong one, so fail for me. That's going to make for a good video. I caught the last part of your call sign. Could you come again, please?
Victor Alpha 1 Sierra India Whiskey. Stephen.
Hey there, Stephen. Yeah, nice for you to join me. This is my maiden voyage outside of the other weekend when I first got it working. Then I was a hot mess then, if you have watched the video. But then I haven't used it because I've been at work all week. So this is my, I guess that was preliminary, and this is maiden voyage. So you're my first official person, I would say, on EchoLink on my own AllStar node there, over. Outside of testing.
That's great. Today's my first for PODA as well, so we're marking a celebration today. Go ahead.
Yeah, congratulations. I saw your, when you're doing this stuff, it's a lot involved, right? It's your nerves, it's your equipment, it's your setup, it's this, and this, right? So it's so many different things. And then you finally get the courage and then you make the step to go out to the park, right? And then hope everything works right. And then you get that first contact. I wish I was there with you to experience that first contact there, over.
Yeah, it was quite the experience. While I was doing the contact, one of my friends was writing in the call sign, and I didn't realize that I reached over the pond and I got 4 locations in Europe. So I was quite excited about that. Go ahead.
Living in this digital world that we live in, right? And most things, like if it wasn't for Facebook, I would have never met you. I can tell you that probably now, because there's just so much stuff out there. But I'll tell you, as you know, I like to document the things that I do, and because it's really fun. And my hope one day is to get a Amateur of the Year for RAC, right? I've already clinched that. I have the trophy beside me for the local club. Because you're one of the biggest things is getting people into the hobby, right? So when you're showing them all this new stuff and exciting stuff, that's where it's at. So I was like full speed ahead filming and all this kind of stuff like that, and it kind of got slowed down a bit there with the local club. So I started my own Facebook group and my own YouTube channel, and I can get to see this stuff because it's one thing to experience it yourself, but if you have grandkids like I do. It's sure I'd like to share it because a good friend of mine, VE3JIN, when I went to him, like he brought me on my first Parks on the Air. There was a brand new park that hadn't been activated here where we live. It's called Copper something or another, or Cooper, whatever. And he was working it, and I went out there wide-eyed, bushy-tailed. I was taking pictures and stuff like that. And he said, I'd never forget when I had my first contact with the International Space Station. I've been trying forever. And then he got it recorded on, like, a recording of it. And it was like I was just there to experience it with him. It was so exciting. So, like I said, I wish I could have been there for you to experience your first time with POTA. Back over to you. VAISIW.
Well, yeah, it was quite the exciting day. A couple of days ago, I almost broke my foot, and so going out today was quite painful. But my friend called me up and said, "Hey, let's do it." I said, "Yes, let's do it," and I just fell in love with it. It was amazing. It was amazing. Go ahead.
I'm glad. Don't you love it? See, that's what it's all about too. Like, yeah, if everything just works and you plug it in, you pick it up like a cell phone from a store and it just works. There's really no fun in that. Now, I had got EchoLink on my cell phone and my computer, and the most I had to do is to, the most I had to do was to go in there and take a picture of my license and submit it, and then that's it, like that. But when I had to learn a whole new language and figure this whole thing out over 4 months, it was something different, Hey, by the way, since this is your first POTA, I know you, before I ask that, how long have you been a ham? And then, and what equipment did you use for your first POTA experience, okay?
Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey,
Victor.
Victor. I've been, this is my third month and fifth day of being a ham, and the radio I used, you would have to ask me that. I think it was a Jesus, but I'm not 100% sure what it was. It was my friend's radio, his mobile, and it was a 10 meter to 80 meter radio. So we were on the 20 meter band when we were doing the POTA. Go ahead.
Yeah, for sure. That's the stuff that, I was just checking in on that because, those are things, I'm a little nosy, so I asked all those questions. So we have you in there, so I want to really appreciate you for coming in there. I have sent another email out to the folks over at EchoLink that were helping me over the month. They have like an EchoLink help page. So I just sent them a thing saying I'm testing between 8 and 9. Let's see if we have anybody else out there. Anybody else there on EchoLink this evening that's joining me and Stephen, Victor Alpha 1, Sierra India Whiskey. Anybody else joining us, please come now. Okay, nothing heard, and that's not a problem. When I came out here tonight, I was telling my wife, every time I go to do something new to test it or, like I know the first time I got on Simplex heading from Ottawa, Ontario, back to Cornwall area, and I was filming, and I was like, well, let me see if someone comes out. If they do, they do. If they don't, they don't, right? And I've at least been able to get at least one person to come and join me. And I wish I'd have thought about this a day or so ago so I could have given people time, because not everybody lives on Facebook there. But it was really exciting to at least have you in there. And you're a new friend of mine that was you were introduced to me by VE3KKA there, eh?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, I think we met about a month ago, or we started being friends on Facebook about a month ago. So, well, no, not even a month ago. Yeah, it would have been a month ago. So, I've been following you ever since. I love what you're doing community is awesome there. Go ahead.
Well, what I'm going to do now, because there are so many things out, and what I say to people is this, because everybody has their, their love of the hobby, and there's so many things, right? So I'm like, hey, look, not everybody can love everything, but in the meantime, I'm going to try to dabble my hands on as much stuff as I can, eh? So I met Devin. He's playing cards tonight, but I met Devin because he had a major operation there. He was in the hospital for a couple of months, and he loves radio. And of course, you just can't bring, a handy-talkie into place or, set up a station, right? And he's sitting there being bored, and I met him on what they call the wake-up net or something like that. And I was able to talk to him while he was in the hospital. And then when he got out, he had a brand new radio, I think, when he went in, and he was chomping at the bit to get out there to it when he got home, right? But we were able to talk to each other over EchoLink, right? When I went to Louisiana to visit my family, and all I knew was local repeaters, because our club we're pretty blessed. We have 8 repeaters in the area, and since I did not have my basic with honors, the only thing I knew is logging into the repeater, and then I knew people logged into our repeater that had EchoLink AllStar, right? So when I went to Louisiana and I was able to attend our Monday Night Net on EchoLink, I was like, this is great. And then when I was in Missouri, same thing. Texas, same thing. New Jersey, same thing. New York, same thing. So I was like, this is a good addition to, right? And even when I'm traveling home, there are times where I can't connect with my radio, right? When I start from work. So I can be on EchoLink, and then as soon as I get in range, I just switch over. So it's a good addition or a good backup. What are your thoughts on it? What motivated you to install EchoLink?
Well, I got on to EchoLink because of that, because I can reach out. I've only got a 2-meter Radio Shack device, but I believe there was someone trying to block in there or break in there, so I'm gonna go back to or let that person try to call in. Okay? So let's wait a few seconds and see if he's back there.
Good evening, gentlemen. VA3FZ.
Yay! VA3FZ, I'm so happy you're here tonight. You're one of the people that I had actually told Jonathan about, the guy who created the software or the architect behind it. I was talking about our hours upon hours trying to get all this stuff working. It's good to have you there. So outside of testing, you're my second official EchoLink contact, because I finally got that sucker working. I was so happy. If you saw the video, I was brought to tears because I was like, I can't believe it. It was like 4 months in the making. How you been though, VA3FZ?
We're doing pretty good. I'm not on EchoLink. Maybe I am. I'm not sure. I connected to your node through my AllStar to yours, and because I never did get the EchoLink working because of the internet situation I have here. So I guess I am going through EchoLink if you're talking to the East Coast. Back to you.
No, Rob, I have AllStar and EchoLink on my node, eh? So that's why I said because it's still I still had to we spent lots of hours trying to do port forwarding and firewall this and da 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 da. So it's all on the same Raspberry Pi, and it's 2 different things, but they both work simultaneously together, right? So I'm still glad you are here at the party though, and took a few moments to come in and say hi to us. As you know, I'm very excited about all this this type of technology because it was what I was introduced to when I first got out here, right? So thanks for popping in. What have you been up to lately? I haven't heard you in a couple of weeks.
Well, we're getting ready for spring. Working on a boat, just a little aluminum utility boat. I bought it and tore it all apart. I put putting it
What's
back
up there?
together,
Hey,
so that's
Stephanie.
been taking up my time, and I've been using this AllStar node that I have here pretty much every day, but I'm on the East Coast reflector. I have a net during the week that starts at 7 o'clock, so I usually end up following along with that one. Back to you.
Okay, you follow that at 7 o'clock. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. You follow that at 7 o'clock on which day again?
On the East Coast reflector, let me look it up here. The node 27339.
So 7 a.m. or 7 p.m. And what day?
Monday to Friday, and then I think they have it on weekends too. I'm not sure. I don't pay attention as much on the weekends, but Monday to Friday, there's a net. I think it goes, if I'm not mistaken, from 7 till 9. It's a pretty busy one. Back to you.
Okay, I was. Is that in the morning or in the evening? Sorry for all the questions. I was just writing it down. Morning or evening?
AM. It's AM.
Yeah, one of the nets I was introduced to on EchoLink was by excuse me, was by VE1 DXW Devon. It was called the Wake Up Net, right? And it starts at 6:30 every morning, Monday through Friday. It goes till 7:30, right? So I was doing that when I first started to work in Ottawa, and then my schedule changed, so then I wasn't able to do it. And then I started living with my daughters and stuff in Ottawa, and that kind of messed that up because they wanted to talk to me because they love talking to their dad like I like talking. So we're all a bunch of yappers. And believe it or not, I don't even get a word in edgewise when my daughter Melanie is around because she just goes, and I giggle because she's a chip off the hole. So she's always asking me and answering her own questions like I do, eh? Yeah, but I'm trying to get out there and get everybody like whoever's interested, because there are a lot of hams that have gone by the wayside because they moved into like senior living or they're in an apartment that they've downsized their home and then because with HF and stuff like that, you can do a lot of stuff with HF, and I've seen people do stuff inside their houses. I watch a lot of videos where they're doing wires in the attics and all this stuff like that. But even at 56, I'm not trying to go crawl up in my attic either, though, right? Anyway, yeah. So I'm glad that you're out there having fun with the AllStar, So it's a good little alternative. Back over to you, VA3FZ. Then we'll see if anybody else is out there. Thanks for coming in. Ooh, this is fun. Yeah, we had Rebecca pop up in there. Victor Echo 3, Victor Whiskey Bravo, Volkswagen Bug. Come on in there. This is pretty exciting. You're number 3 on the roll today. This is great.
Well, good evening. I'm just sitting on the couch trying not to fall asleep. I just got told to go to bed. Not much going on here tonight, so I would let you carry on with your that.
Yeah, and thank you to 3 of you so far. We have VA Victor Alpha 1, Sierra India November, Steven there. He's on the Facebook page there. VE3FZ Rob, he's the local here in Cornwall, Ontario. VE3 Volkswagen Bug, Rebecca, you've been with us for a long time over my summer things. So it's good to get you all in there. Believe it or not, I don't have a lot to say, but I just wanted to get this thing in there, and I'm already overwhelmed because I was thinking I would get nobody on there. So you guys don't have to have a lot to talk about, but thanks for being in there and saying hello. Last week, I was just getting everything set up. Then I was at work all week, and now I have a little bit of time to sit and exercise this thing because it sits and runs all day, every day. I was afraid to turn it off because it's actually working. So I'm not going to turn it off until it goes off. And since we have everything on battery backup plus UPS, nothing ever goes off in my house, even if the power goes out, because everything's UPS and on generator. Anyway, thank you, Rebecca, for going in there. We'll put it back to you for any final comments before you head off to bed there. I hear it bling.
Oh, just a lot of noise here right now. So, I just wondered what made you decide on the 991. If you don't want to say it on the air, just send me a message. Yeah. As to your decisions on that radio. Just curious, more or less.
Hey, no problem. I have nothing to hide. Everything I do is on the air anyway, or on the video. So here's my little story. I'll do the cliff notes to it. On my journey here, you know, being a new ham of January, February, March, April, 15 months, a lot of people had equipment sitting around and stuff like that they haven't used before. If I just look behind me there, I'll turn the camera around here. I have on my little back table an ICOM radio for D-Star. And then I found out, sadly, that there are no D-Star repeaters in reach of me. I would have to go to Ottawa for that. So I have D-Star. And then I have a little Yaesu handheld. I have a marine radio that was given to me by V3 ARF. And I like to listen to the stuff on the Seaway there. I have a Baofeng DMR radio back there as well. And old Wuxin dual band. So when I was getting ready to, you know, because I'm about to take my advanced test. And today I failed one of my tests. I'm getting to it. You know, you have to have a story first. So I failed one of my tests, but I failed with getting 28 answers right. And I've usually been hovering around 20. So, and I knew those 28. No, I knew 27, one I guessed. But it won't be long before I have a main chef. So VE3OTW, a guy that I met on Simplex, commuting from Ottawa, he says to me, before you go spend money on something, see if the club has something or friends have any radios that you want to test first, because this can be a black hole. Go out there and test something first. Hold on, let me pause, because my thumb's killing me, and I'll be right back. 1 second. I need to get that checked. Okay, I'm back. So now that you've known every radio I have, so I have DMR, I have the ICOM with D-Star. Now here's what it came down to. I'm planning on, you know, getting my HF one day, but it took me about over 200 practice tests and 4 in-person tests before I even passed with my basic, right? And once I got to 7.3, I was like, hey, this is great. Everybody says 7.3. I'm not looking for nothing else. That's it. So now I know when I start looking at radios, I was like, oh my God, that ICOM is beautiful. I love it. I love the ICOM that they have in Radio World. I don't know the number, but I think Kim has one. But it has D-Star. In my area where I live, and this is my forever house, I'm not moving. I'm here until I die. In the Cornwall club area, we have 5 fusion repeaters. I'm the net control for my local club here, and I can go and do everything but fusion. So that's what made me decide on the Yaesu, because I thought I could get fusion on any other computer that's out there. Not computer, I call them computers. You guys will notice that I call radios computers, because I spend more time trying to program stuff. So that's what I know. Anyway, it came down to the Yaesu, and then I said to myself, wait a minute, I can get myself a whatever you call that thing, a hotspot that has D-Star and all that stuff on it, but I travel back and forth from work, as you know, 5 days a week. And I hope to have that radio that I can take on POTA with me, have it in the car with me, you know, have it in the shack with me. And so, if that makes any sense, that's why I selected that one. And also, if I'm not successful, which I know I will be, I can automatically start doing FT8 on it on 6 meter, because VE3 ARF has already set me up with a 6 meter antenna, right? So we're going to be putting it up this summer or this spring. And that's why I did with that particular radio. Other than that, it would have been a Nikon hands down. Back over to you with that long explanation. VE3 VWV via EchoLink, VE3 EWV. Back to you. Wow, that was long. That was like 6 hours of explanation.
Okay, so it's just basically the availability of the fusion repeaters. Like here, I think there's one or two in the area, but not that much. So I haven't really looked into that too much. It's just one of those things that you've got so much other stuff on the go. But all right, that is awesome, Ernest, and it's great to hear you again. And I will chat with you another day. 73 VA3 BW, VE3 Volkswagen Bug.
Alrighty. So when I talk like that, my kids and my wife fall asleep. So hopefully that has relaxed you enough that you'll sleep easy tonight. Okay, we'll see you later on there, Rebecca. We've had Robin there, VA3FZ, and also Stephen, VA1SIN. Anybody else out there on EchoLink or AllStar wants to wave a hand, please come now. Okay, they always say silence is golden, but I'm happy as a clam, I'll tell you that. With me, that's 4 people in, 4 people I wasn't expecting. Everything's working good. And the best thing about this, there's no timeout. Hey, I've only timed out all local repeaters around 3 times, and I talk a lot because it's kind of like when you're sitting at a light and you take your foot off the brake because you know the light should be changing. So I've only managed to lock up the repeater around 3 times, and I'm on all the time. Okay, I'm just going to be here monitoring in case somebody comes on, or if anybody else has anything to say, please feel free to say it. I'll be here till 9 o'clock, and then we'll close it out. VAISIN, thank you. VA3FZ, thank you. And VE3 VWB, thank you. Anybody else want to come in? Do so at your convenience.
Victor Alpha 3, Echo Whiskey, or Echo Whiskey Victory there, or Victor, sorry. This is BA1 SIW. Yeah, I love your shack. You got a lot of radios there. If you, I mentioned it on your Facebook page there. If you want to get rid of any, just let me know. I'm looking for an HF radio right now. All I have are 2 meters. So I'm trying to find myself a nice little portable or mobile HF. So if you know of any, let me know. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I know I have a Wuxen hanging around here that was given me by a Silent Key, and it's a Wuxen. If you want to write this down, KG-U Uniform Victor Delta 1 Papa. It's a dual band, all frequency handy talkie. I was told that if I had passed my test, it would be given to me, right? And before he passed away, he was rooting for me. Unfortunately, I was still failing tests after he had passed. But but I was able to do it, right? So I passed that one along, and then another fellow gave me another one, right? And by that time, I had a tri-band Baofeng, and then I bought my own Yaesu, brand new, because I like fox hunting. So in this, the people who support me, who give me radios, like I said, the late Al there, VA3 Echo Victor, Rick, he's a big supporter of mine. He gave me my Baofeng rod there. VE3 ARF gave me my other radios and a mobile. So I'm all about giving that stuff if I have it. So I'll tell you what, if you send me your address, all you have to do is pay the shipping on it, and I'll send it to you. We always pay it forward here, eh?
That's true. I love this community, I tell you. One of my mates in my club here in Kings County, he, let me see here. His name is Lyle, Victor Echo, 1 Bravo, Zulu Echo. He loaned me a couple of them. He loaned me a, where is it? I think it's, where am I now? Well, I don't have the radio handy here, but he loaned me permanent loan, he says, a handy hockey. And the other day I just got a belt line from another friend of mine. So it's amazing how people are just very, very generous and very kind to newcomers. The Radio Shack one that I use in my shack is usually it was given to me by another guy. So, but now thanks for the offer. Best keep it in the club or in your group so that you can pass it on to someone that you'll see using it. You won't see me using it. So back to you there.
No problem. But before I get on there, if anybody else has come along and wants to join into the party, please please do so now. If not, I'll just keep on yakking. But we're gonna pause for the calls and see if anybody else has come to join the EchoLink party. VA3EWV listening. Okay, nothing heard, but yeah, back over to you, VA1SIW. Yeah, a lot of so that one radio, it went through to a lot of hands, and it made its way back to me before the other one was given to me. So since that radio was given to me, the first time one of the new hams had did it, I told them the story about Art there. And I said, look, if you want to keep it, it's yours, But if you go on to get something else and you want to bring it back, I'll give it to someone else. So that radio changed hands at least 4 or 5 times, eh? Before it went on to another fellow there who's has it now. And then I was just like that. The same model was given to me again, right? And I have it. But here's the thing. All the stuff that you see back there, it's not collecting dust. I guarantee you that. I use it all the time. Now, we had the Seaway closed there for a while, so I wasn't using the marine radio. And also we had something down with our club, but now it's back up. I see Greg out there too. Greg, if you want to join us to just come say hello on the EchoLink, if you have it, just come in and get EchoLink. I'm doing my first true test here today. And you can be number 4. But yeah, so I will be, now that I know that the D-Star, the ICOM radio, the reason because I kept telling everybody, I can only get to step number 7, I can't go any farther. Because if you go to YouTube, every now and then you'll run into a good video. And the only reason I wasn't able to get that radio on the air is because I thought Covey Hill had a D-Star repeater. Turns out that they don't. We used to have one in our club here in Cornwall, now we don't. So the reason I couldn't get it set up is because I have no D-Star around. But now that I know that there's a D-Star repeater in Ottawa, I'll be taking that there and talking on the D-Star probably next week. Anyway, yeah, if people are new into the ham radio and stuff like that, there's lots of people that want to have stuff and gift to them, and I'll keep doing that on. Anyway, we're going to be here on the side listening. Probably get me a quick drink. But I'll still be here for the next 20 or so minutes if anybody wants to pop in and say hi on EchoLink, VA3WV listening. Hey, Greg there. Good to see you on. I did do the APRS yesterday, so it's been a long time since I got that done, but I was able to log into APRS yesterday. And if you want to pop into EchoLink, that'll be good there, and give me a hello. That'll be awesome. Yeah, I'm glad. Come on in there, Rob VA3FZ. Come on in.
Had a chance to watch about your last one you posted about how you got everything all together. But after you did that, did you take the time to make your SIM card?
My SIM card. I don't know. Like, I'm missing it. What do you mean, my SIM card?
The memory card, the little memory card that's inside your baby fingernail. You know, remember I talked about getting a second card and copying it once you've perfected the card, so that it will crash one day, so that you'll have a new one to just slide right back in whole. Back to you.
Oh, I'm glad you said that, because it has USB. It has USB on it. It doesn't have a SIM card on the one I have. It has 4 USB ports. It has an HDMI port, a 3.5 whatever audio port, and a network port. So yes, I need to back up that on a USB stick or something like that. I do know that all the programming I was doing on the computer itself, through PuTTY and through WinSCP, I do have backups on that stuff. Yeah, because even when I was doing some of this and working on it, I had made some changes and everything totally went away. Like, I had to reinstall SCP because I couldn't even remember my doggone password I had made, right? So yeah, I got some copies. I'll put some stuff on Google Drive too, because I have backed up stuff to SD card before, and then the doggone SD card failed. So I'll do the whole triple backup, one on the cloud, one on the PC, and one on the USB key over. And thanks for reminding me of that, because that took a lot of work. And now that I have everything done, even one person said to me, "Did you write down all the steps?" Because now, as someone came along, even the guy who sold this to me, Dan Shack there, giving him a little plug, it's called Dan Shack. He told me from the beginning he knew nothing about EchoLink. So I got back to him, I'm like, "Hey, look, I know what to do for your thing now." Because there's so many things there. I'll give you a quick example. I know you're probably like, I didn't want all that, but I'll give you a quick example. One thing I was doing wrong in the Shack I had no idea about, I had my phone, on my Wi-Fi here at home, because that's what people do. And I had EchoLink on my phone. And after about 2 months, I read something that said, I didn't read something. VE3HCR said to me, "Hey, just so you know, you can't have your computer or your phone on the same network as your EchoLink node. It's not going to work." So I was already defeating half the work I was defeating when I had those things on, right? Now that I got it, now I don't have it on my phone now, right? I know better, but just stuff like that you don't even know about, eh?
Okay, very good. Well, somewhere I forget what your node looks like, but you must have a memory card or something in there that you programmed all that stuff to. That's what you need to back up. It's not onto the hard drive, I wouldn't believe. You're using a thumb card or something. Back to you.
I will have to ask him what's inside of it, because there's absolutely no holes in this thing except for the air holes at the top, and the HDMI, the 4 USB, the sound, and then the thing that powers it. That's it. So I don't even know how much memory that thing has on it. I have no idea. I guess that'll be step 2. But you know what though? I was porting into it the whole time anyway, because everything I was doing, I was writing to it, but all the stuff's on. When I say stuff, a lot of people in that are text, they don't like to hear the word stuff. But when I go into WinSCP, because that's what I was programming the stuff into, all the stuff that I was pushing over to the machine was from my computer on WinSCP, and the other stuff was from PuTTY. And then when you came in and you said, "Hey, you can use Supermon," that was a doggone game changer right there, right? And as a matter of fact, since I just went to Supermon, I see that we have a Victor Uniform 2 Zulu Oscar Echo in there. So it says that I've never established contact, but I see that person on there. So node number 3872489. If you want to come in and say hello, I'll really appreciate it. Come on in. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about on the screen here. If you can see it, nope. Yeah, nope. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Okay, nothing heard, but I still have nothing heard, but I still see that person in there. You know, Rob, I was always wondering when I was going to the Wake Up Net and all different nets that had, like, you know, I guess tech. Like when I got on the Wake Up Net this morning, the person, they had a lineup of people that I had to bring in, but I logged in and they go, "Hey, we just had an EchoLink station log in. Please come on in and say hi," right? And I was like, "Well, thank you." And I was mobile on top of that, right? So that was pretty fun. But now I keep forgetting that you have more features when you're on your PC at home. So so again, Rod, I spent most of the time on Supermon, PuTTY, and WinSCP, and even on my code plug for my DMR radio, I spend, believe it or not, more time on that trying to program stuff than I do talking. I know it's hard to believe, but that's why I call all these things my computer. Back over to you, and if anybody else wants to pop in there, please do so now. The other person just left. But anyway, at least they have logged in there, so that's good. All right, back over to you, Rob, for any finals. Oh, VE3T.
Okay. This net you're talking about that you sign in at 6:30. Do you know the node or hub number for that one? Back to you. VA3FZ.
Yeah, it's called the Wake Up Net, and what I was doing, which is not reliable, by the way, because like when I wanted to get on this morning, it wasn't there, but I'll tell you which one it is now. Give me 1 second to pull it up. Okay, see, it's available now. It's Victor Echo 1 Zulu X-Ray V1ZX-L, Sugarloaf, Nova Scotia, Canada. Now they have like 16 or so repeaters connected, but when I was asking Brendan, who's a member of our Facebook group, I was like, "Hey, what other repeaters can I get on? Because this one keeps not being available." He did send me 2 more, but I have to go figure out what he sent it to me on, right? But he did send them, and I will find those things. But he said he thought so. What I'll do when I find his messages, I'll send them over to you. Oh, here we go. He said Victor Echo 1 Charlie Romeo and Victor Echo 1 ZX. But he said but ZX doesn't appear to be up. So maybe you can get Victor Echo 1 Charlie Romeo logged in too there. Over.
Okay, now using AllStar or using you're using EchoLink, I would think if you're mobile, right? Back to you.
Yeah, I was using EchoLink. I'll connect it to the car. You know how your phone shows up on your whatever that thing is, the infotainment system, right? And then I would just talk on that. I would keep the phone there on the console and my finger on the screen, and then if you tap it, without looking, you tap it with your finger, it turns over to a mic. You talk, and you tap it again, and it turns back over. So it's pretty convenient that you don't have to look at it, right, and have it in your, like up in your face or whatever. I also see today there's a 2248, which is the Hamilton. That's the one I log into, I believe, when I'm on the AllStar. The ProComNet. So maybe I think that might be Ward out there, VE3TNK. I think, but I'll see. Is there anybody else out there? Is VE3TNK or anybody else out there on that particular node? Please come now. VE3TNK.
From the bubble chart that I'm looking at off of your node, you're connected to that Hamilton hub, and it's connected to Perry Sound, Niagara Falls, Little Current, Oakville, Brantford, and Delhi. It's all connected to the Hamilton one, and you're connected to it. Back to you.
Well, what I hope I did, or hope I didn't do, on Thursday nights, they have the ProComNet. Now, I could have swore that I went up in there and turned it off, eh? I could have swore I did. But how do I tell? Oh, it says connected for 24 hours, so I guess I did not do that. So hopefully I'm not talking to everybody on the ProComNet now. Hey, if I am, though, I think it would be, yeah, well, who knows? It's always a learning curve, right?
Yeah, that's right. Just check your bubble chart on Superman. You'll see it. You're connected to all of them. You didn't disconnect, I guess, on Thursday. Back to you. I thought it was kind of odd you were connected to everything, but whatever.
Well, see, it wasn't until went to, I was telling you about the different things that I was programming all this stuff in. That's when I thought to bring up Superman. So let me do this. Let me go ahead and disconnect from those poor people because they're probably going to shoot me here. And then I'll be right back. Because I know I went to my, you know how you go to the main thing, you say disconnect all? And that's what I did. So let me try that one more time. I'll be right back. Newbie mistakes. No, now I'm not even logged into the thing. It's just showing it to me. Now I'm logged in. Okay. Now let's say favorite. Oh no, I'll say disconnect. Oh, I'll have to put it in there. So, oh, I did. Oh, 2248. 2248. Disconnect.
VE3TNK. Disconnected.
Okay, well, they've been entertained for the last 51 minutes. So, hey, at least all those people down there know I have an EchoLink account now. That's funny. I don't know if they heard it though. I don't know how that. Yeah, well, you live and you learn, right? Seems like somebody would have been saying or coming in saying, "Hey, you're talking on our frequencies or something." But if like when I first got around here and got my license, I didn't hear anything, absolutely nothing, unless it was Monday night. And if you weren't there 17 minutes in, you didn't even hear the Monday night net. So we've come a long way here. We got people using several repeaters all throughout the day. Over.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know that you disconnected unless the bubble charts. It's usually faster when you refresh it like that. It still shows you connected to everything.
Oh no, I heard it. It says it said VE3 TNK disconnected VA3 EWV, and I'm looking at the AllStar Mon now, and I only see yourself and Steven. And you guys have both been connected for 50 around the hour, like this whole time. I did write down the other ones too that I saw, because there were a couple people that popped in there, eh?
Okay. I don't see anything else from my end anyways. I only see your node and mine on my Supermon. Whenever I key up or somebody else keys up, yours highlights, but it doesn't show me who it is. Back to you, VA3FZ.
Yep, now when I go to the bubble chart, it says node 60092, VA3WV St. Andrews West, and it says there looks like a star there, or whatever symbol. Then it says node 59967, VA3FZ Summerstown. And then above that it says node 3217385, not in database. So that must be Steven there.
Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor. This is Victor Alpha 1 Sierra India Whiskey. Yeah, I think that is me. But I'm still trying to figure out how to read this stuff. But as a lot of my colleagues here in Nova Scotia tell me, when you're new, you know, you'll do mistakes, but you learn from them. By the way, I just sent you an email about repeaters. If you want to take a look at your email while we're chatting, go ahead.
Okay, yes, thank you so much. Okay, yeah, that's a nice list of repeaters there. And those are the names of the nets. Okay, wow, there's a lot of nets. I never knew that much, and I guess that's probably not even touching the bucket there. But Bay of Islands net, that sounds cool. Canary Island net, that sounds cool too. I wouldn't mind hearing that, or Caribbean weather net, or Barbados cruising net. Hey, you guys will be, at least you guys are here, so this is something cool. So, living in Louisiana, I was always talking on 11 meter, right? I used to always talk to this guy, and you guys probably heard CB talkers. They repeat everything 3 times, and they talk loud and proud, and you know all that stuff. They have like a little bit of a song to it, right? Or a rhyme. And I've been talking to this guy with a glass bottom boat in the Bahamas. I didn't even know where the Bahamas was, being from Louisiana, you know. And my wife wound up winning a trip to the Bahamas, and we went down, and we were doing an excursion, and I heard the guy talking on his radio. I'm like, no way, because I'm in the back of the boat there, right? And he's, you know, like there are people, like he's a skipper and all that stuff like that, and there are all these people that are giving you drinks and making you comfortable and all this stuff. And I heard him going on and on and on. And then I was like, I forget what his handle was. And then from the back of the boat, I put my hands over my mouth, you know, like a megaphone. I'm like, how about you, blah, 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 blah. This is 959 Ratchet Jaw. And then the guy's like, because we are from 2 totally different places. And he's on this glass bottom boat, and we're looking at all the sea life. And I was like, I've been talking to you for years, you know? And I didn't know about skip, I didn't know about propagation, I didn't know about this, and this, you know? But it all came together, and we're on the same thing. And it was me listening to him talk, and I'm like, no, and he had heard me too. So, if I knew about QSL cards, or whatever you call them, QSO cards or whatever, that would have been the perfect one. Anyway, back over to you, Stephen, there. Yeah. Oh, there's Kilo Juliet 4, Bravo Echo Tango. Come on in and say hello. Don't be shy.
I guess there's a lot of cats out there. Back to you, VA3SN.
Yeah. Oh, something else I had to figure out too. Now that I'm looking at the screen, I used to try to talk into, like when I was trying to do DTMF tones, it was never working for me, and I found out why. I was always trying to do the tone before the thing was keying up. Anyway, 3366468. If you don't mind coming in and saying hello, we'd really appreciate it there. We're about to end this in a couple minutes, but it's nice that I see you out there on my node there. Kilo Juliet 4, Bravo Echo Tango, come on in. That's from the States there. Okay, if anybody's out there that can hear me, please come on in. Hey, at least, VA3FZ, at least this is cool that if you're using Supermon, you can at least see who's coming in and out and how long they stay and all that stuff. It says receive never. The link is established. It's direct in. They've been connected for 4 minutes, and they're on transceive mode. So that's pretty cool. And they're from the States. I think the cool thing is I go look for it on QRZ. I'll be right back. Anyway, if anybody wants to say anything, come on in. If anybody's on Facebook wants to pop in there, come on in there too. VA3EWB listening.
Ernest, sorry about that. This is VA1 Sierra, or VA1 Sierra India Whiskey. I'm just going to back out here. Going to go 7-3, and it's 10 o'clock on our side here, so I'm going to head to bed. And it's been a pleasure being on your net. And everybody on the net there, if you're still listening, have a great evening. 7-3.
Thank you so much, VA1SIW. Have a great day, and thanks for being in here with me. Yeah, okay, Richard, Ricardo is there from St. I think I've even probably talked to Ricardo before, or at least had him in here at one time. So Ricardo, Kilo Juliet 4, Bravo Echo Tango. And I was just about to say, if you had BET as a last 4 letters of call sign, that's pretty cool. So he got his ham in 2007. Good to have you out there. And looks like he's military too, like I was. Looks like he's airborne. So cool. Hey, if you want to come in there and say hi or whatever, if you're testing it, please come on in and give me a shout. This is my maiden voyage here. Kilo Juliet 4, Bravo Echo Tango.
Roger. My apologies, everyone on frequency. You caught me right in the middle when I was trying to pass the traffic on the Florida traffic net, and I got that taken care of, and then I couldn't get this thing switched back over to the microphone. So good evening to everyone on frequency, and I enjoyed monitoring. Happy weather and all that other good stuff, and go back to monitoring. Glad to be here, and yes, we have talked before, so good to talk again. Back to net control, KJ4BET.
I'm just tickled pink right now, KJ4BET. Ricardo. Yeah, I was like, man, that looks, because when I first got QRZ there, I think I was trying to get you in my logbook, and because I didn't know about this UTC time, I don't think it ever happened there. Let me just see real quick. No, I don't have you on my thing. So now that let me just go back to the QR. Anyway, hopefully I'll have your email there on it, and I can reach out to you next time, right? and at least send you a message on the internet there. Yeah, no, I don't see you on my QRZ. I don't think we can do EchoLink QRZs. I don't think that's the thing. But anyway, maybe I'll catch up on the net out there and stuff like that. Back over to you.
Roger. Yes, the call sign, Kilo Juliet 4, Bravo Echo Tango at gmail.com. And whenever you send anything, I'll get it right away. So, not a problem with the email connection. And, I'll be trying my best to get back with you guys next week. And once again, my apologies. I got stuck trying to send that traffic concerning the earthquakes up in New York and New Jersey today. And we were doing a wind link test. And I couldn't get all my switches together. So it's like that in this wonderful world of ham radio. Back to net.
Okay, well that's news to me about about the earthquakes. So hopefully everything's okay and no major tragedies and stuff like that. Good to have you in there again. I'm gonna let you get back to it. I will send you an email though, and we'll connect later. And I'll also send you my little YouTube channel and my Facebook group if you have either one of those. I only have my basic right there, and I'm a pretty excited ham. Trying to do my little thing out here, so it's been a pleasure. Anyway, let me let you go so you can get back to what you're doing. And also V3FZ too, I'll let you go as well. We're at the top of the hour, and have a good night, everybody. VA3EWV, we're clear. Oh, that was cool. Even got some newcomers in here.
Roger. My name, Ricardo Nixon Sr. on Facebook. Thanks again for the contact. And 73.
All right, that's awesome.
Okay, 7-3, Ernest. Have yourself a good night. VA3 EWV, VA3FZ. Be clear.
Thank you so much, Rob. Hey, man, it's always exciting to get some new people out there. I'm sure when I get my HF privileges, that'll happen all the time. But, since I'm only doing repeater work, EchoLink AllStar, it's kind of hard to get a lot of, far away places. Anyway, this has been an exciting night, and I'm going to go to bed on the high tonight. Thank y'all very much. VA3EWV clear. That was fun. Awesome.